The power of distance to make them come closer. Hello, everyone. Thank you once again for joining me on Love Advice TV. I'm Coach Abby, and I am delighted to have this amazing opportunity to share with you a little bit of our experiences to make this moment in your life easier for you. Today, I want to share something powerful. It's something that transforms heartache into healing. It turns really waiting into winning. And that takes silence, and it makes it speak volumes. So today we are going to touch on the power of distance to make them come closer. So whether you're here after a breakup, a cooling relationship, or just space, you didn't ask for this. Know this for a fact. Distance is not the end. It's the beginning of something extraordinary. So let's begin. Why is it extraordinary? First, we need to shift our perspective on how we see distance. Most people treat it like death to love. But in truth, distance is one of love's greatest tools. Distance creates the echo of presence. In that space, someone begins to feel your absence. They notice the silence. It's like when a pin drops and everybody hears it. They wonder where your energy went. And that wondering, that's the spark of return. But it only works when you allow the space, when you stop chasing, when you stop explaining, when you stop trying to prove yourself, and instead you start becoming. Now, distance isn't rejection. I call it redirection from outward energy back to you, from noise to powerful stillness. Did you know that the no contact rule, when applied correctly, is really, honestly speaking, your superpower? What I mean by that is that no contact isn't a punishment. It's not about playing games or manipulating. Not at all. It's about respecting your value. It's about choosing peace over panic. It's about giving both people, your ex and yourself, time to breathe, time to reflect, to feel. When you stop reaching out, something magical happens. The chase flips. The silence becomes intriguing. Your absence starts speaking louder than words could ever speak. And this works only when it's real. So when it's not a performance, and what I mean by that, when it's a true commitment to yourself, we need to love ourselves more. I say it in each and every one of my videos. I can't count the times my clients complain about this strategy. No, Abby, I don't want to go to no contact. Let me begin by referring to the emotional psychology which fuels no contact to work. So please listen up. First, let's get into basic psychology. So, you have to agree people want what they can't immediately have. And this is what drives supply and demand and what have you. It's human nature to value things we fear losing as well. So how do we apply this psychology during a breakup? Look, when you're always available, you're taken for granted. But when you pull back lovingly, respectfully, quietly, it stirs curiosity. It creates that tension. It builds attraction. No contact allows your ex or partner to miss the real you, not the pleading you, not the anxious you, but the you who is calm, radiant, and more importantly, rising. And that, my friend, that's unforgettable. I feel that it's important. Many times we don't know where we stand in this relationship Abby, have I done something wrong? I feel so guilty. I want to contact them. I want to make it right. I want to make it this. I don't know your story, and each story is unique, and therefore each story needs a certain dosage per se. We don't give the same medical dosage to everyone. So I really invite you to take the free assessment questionnaire provided below. It's designed to assist in determining where you are in this relationship and what steps you should take moving forward. But Abby, I've been in no contact for 2 weeks and nothing. This isn't about waiting. Please, it's about becoming. Once again, not about waiting, it's about becoming. You need to use this time to elevate yourself. Think about it. Start a fitness journey. I don't know, not for revenge, but for energy. Learn a new skill, read, grow. If I asked you right this very minute, what are 3 headline news dominating our popular news? What would you respond? What outlet? Tell me, what would you respond? Okay, at least name one. Think about it. We're just stuck in the box. Reach out. Google Next News, ask ChatGPT, whatever. We need to stay current, and we need to stay active mentally and show that through our growth, through our disposition, through who we are. And it's important. Now, one of the things that I also think is very important is to meditate. We need to find ourselves centered, focused on healing old wounds. Try working with a life coach, a therapist, create, travel, reinvent. And I don't like to push this whole work with a coach, but it works because we are so exposed to so many things. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. And when you start working on you, this is where you begin to emerge and you're becoming Ara. And it's not about waiting. Remember that. It's about becoming. And when they sense your energy shift, when you're no longer needing, but attracting, trust me, they'll feel it in their soul. Because your glow becomes gravitational. And when they return, and many will, you won't be that same person they left behind. You'll be better. But wait. You may even ask yourself, but Abby, how do I remind them of what we had if I'm not even in contact with them? That's an amazing question. It's a great question. I get asked that all the time. Trust me, you remind them energetically. You don't beg for memories. You become unforgettable again through your absence. One of my favorite phrases is your absence creates more of a presence than your actual presence. And it's true. We start counting the days we haven't heard from them. They do that too. Has it occurred to you that they may hear your name somewhere and poof, you appear? Or that they recall your laughter when remembering a movie you guys shared together at some point? Even sometimes that quiet wisdom that you shared in moments, when they find themselves alone, it surfaces. I wonder what so-and-so would be thinking about this. What would they think about this situation? This only happens, though, when you stop interrupting them. They need to see that your absence begins to do the talking. So here's what's most forgetful in heartbreak. The connection was real. And if it was real for you, it was real for them. Let me repeat that. Even though they might have been the one that broke up, even though they might be the one that is evading you, even though they might appear to have moved on, the connection was real at one time. We all have that one person that feels like home. And like electricity, energy is like a frequency. and only two souls can tune into that frequency. That energetic connection is so valuable. And it doesn't just disappear. It lingers, it pulses. It whispers your name in their dreams. And this is not a romantic novel. No one else can replace that frequency but yourself. Not truly, not deeply. So don't rush to remind them. Let your absence remind them for you. Okay, so now let's shift our conversation just a tinge to the power of optimism. Now, this isn't about false hope. It's about real hope. Now, hope that you're not broken. Hope that love will return. Hope that even if it takes longer than you anticipated, you will still become the person who can walk away confidently. Optimism keeps you open. Skepticism closes you off. Stop doubting the process. You must choose to believe that the universe is not taking something from you. It's actually preparing you for it. And in that belief, you begin to radiate. Yes, radiate. You begin to magnetize love. Now comes probably the most important question ever. What happens when they do return? Caught you by surprise, right? You never thought I'd mention that. We want them to return, and then all of a sudden they do, and what happens? Because yes, they do. More often than not. Trust me. Don't rush. Don't appear anxious. Don't be so curious. Just be calm, grounded. You may want to ask yourself, are they coming back to you or to the memory of you? Maybe they just miss the comfort of the life you guys had together, the familiarity of it. At this point, and after all the self-help work you've done, you owe it to yourself to step back, to align yourself with that evolved self that you are now. Let them meet the new you. Let them earn your space again. Because your love is rare. Your heart is sacred. And you must know your worth. So that's the final truth. The final truth is that you are unforgettable, physically, emotionally, and energetically. Not because of what you gave, not because of how hard you tried, but because your love was real, because your energy is pure, and your soul connection is a once in a lifetime. All our soul's connections are once in a lifetime. Distance doesn't destroy that. It actually illuminates it. So take the space. Embrace the silence. Choose becoming. And watch what the universe brings back to you. Because the truth is, they always come back. You just have to make a concerted effort to bring about the changes to make them want to stay. When they come back, it's not necessarily to start a relationship. They'll come back for curiosity. You know, they want to test the waters. But what you want them is not to come back. You want them to stay. You want to show them that you've grown from this experience. It's important that they see, and hopefully they've grown as well, because you might find yourself all of a sudden asking yourself, is this the person that I want? But that's for another video. For this one, we're just looking at it as they come back, but what they find has to be the best version of yourself. So not only do they come back, they want to stay. Thank you once again for joining me today. As always, if you found this video helpful, please don't forget to like and subscribe for more tips on personal growth, on mending broken relationships, or anything in between. Until next time, I'm Coach Abby.